Chapter 4. Reinvent Yourself. Prime Creation. Great things of tomorrow are being invented by the people of today. What we have today is the result of what we invented yesterday. It's plain simple. Yesterday is the inventing, today is the reinventing, and tomorrow is the result. We create many things in our lives and for our lives. We are the creators. But prime creation is timeless. Prime creation has always been and will always be the responsibility of man. You are the creator. You have the responsibility to create, to bring it to life and to cherish it. But what is it? The answer is life itself. Your life is the prime creation among all forms of creation on planet Earth, if not in the whole universe. Now you see how priceless and timeless it is. Life never ceases to exist. It only changes its form. Speaking of change, life is the invention of the man who owns it. You've got one life, and you know it is valuable, so you need to polish it. Don't let the devil mind of negative thinking take away your precious life. Never ever allow monstrous fear to rule your prime creation, life. Never ever allow the so-called treacherous excuse to hold you back from growing your life to the highest level. Don't ever permit the blame of mindlessness to poison the purity of your heart. And never surrender to the hatred that could toxify your love for yourself and others. Have courage. If you have courage to fight against your fear, you will win. If you have courage to stand up for yourself, you will win. If you have courage to solve the problem, you will be able to find the solution. Courage is the single best catalyst for invention. When you are born in the time of crisis, you need courage to live. A poor kid needs his courage to fight against his fate in order to get a good education like other kids. An entrepreneur who fails 100 times can always become successful if he still has courage to go on. A girl whose happiness has been stolen by the divorce of her parents can still reinvent her happiness if she has the courage to pursue it. It takes courage to make things right. You need to have courage to change the conditions of your life. If being alone means lonely, then why don't you become the self-made woman? You are free, so you can have more time to focus on doing something that can make your life more beautiful. It means that you can reinvent the way you live, the joy you need, and everything you want. Yes, it is permissive. And guess what? It is not expensive at all. You just need courage to do it, to reinvent your life, reinvent your happiness. You can do it, and you will do it. I know it. Have commitment. My commitment to my broken relationship was long forgotten and replaced by the commitment to be the man who will never ever make anyone else hurt again. And my commitment to you is very simple. I am committed to give you the 3-minute motivation that you need. I know, my most respectful reader, that life is changing so fast, so unpredictably, so mind-blowingly, that you sometimes have to think of way out or fall back. But in fact, you don't need to retreat or else. You just need to switch your commitment from one thing to another. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong if everything is wrong already. I mean, if he leaves you, well, then you can switch your commitment to love and care for your family instead of trying to beg for the irretrievable relationship. Have the commitment to reinvent your life and refocus on the things and people that matter in your life, rather than the things that are doing no good for your life. You are the inventor. Be the person you want to be, not the person that someone else wants you to be. You can always invent the life you want. You can invent the personality you need, and you can always invent everything that your mind desires to have. Set your mind to become successful and get all the tools you need, and then start your invention. Career invention, for example. If you are an introvert person, maybe you could become an author or a scientist. And in fact, there are many more choices available for you. Instead of faking yourself, why don't you invent yourself? Inventing is combining something that you have with something else that you have in order to create the thing you want to have. Faking, on the contrary, is taking something that you don't have to combine with something else that you don't have in order to create the thing that you can't have. Faking is an act of bragging, so to speak. You don't want to be the faking, bragging kind of person, do you? Then stop faking and start inventing now. You've got enough time to reinvent your life, even though time has little to zero influence on your life invention. Well, I mean, in some respects, time does have influence on your life, but when it comes to life invention, time is out of the picture. Many people get confused that when you have a lot of money, you will have a good time. Wrong. Some people have more money and yet still have little time to enjoy the living. Now, what does it say? It's suggesting that time has nothing to do with the invention of life. You have the responsibility to reinvent your life. And you are the inventor of your life, prime creation. So you just need courage to start inventing it and commitment to continue reinventing it until you are satisfied with your result. 3-minute motivational speech topic: responsibility. People say that if you want to be free, you have to go with the flow. But I say that if you want to be free, you have to have the discipline. If you want to be free, you have to have the responsibility. Now, does it sound strange to you? I ain't talking no joke, buddy. I really mean it. Yes, responsibility. People have the responsibility. Maybe the responsibility for their family, for their country, for their society, or else. You are no exception. You have the responsibility for your life and others. Before making a commitment to serve others, please remember that you have the responsibility to improve, to become better, and to keep improving. Yes, improving. Set a clear goal, draw the map, then go for it. But every step of the way, you need to be responsible. Because if you're not, then it must be hard to achieve this goal. And sometimes you may need to go back to the drawing board. You have to do whatever it takes to make it happen because it is your responsibility. You hear me? If you want to save your time, take responsibility. I have been a failure and I have been a high achiever. But I choose to take responsibility for my action and my success every single time. I don't blame nobody. I don't say that, oh, because this person doesn't do the job, that's why I fail. I don't say, because they don't understand the real goal, that's why they let the team fail. I don't blame nobody. You know me. And I am very honest with you. I've worked with hundreds of people, if not thousands, and I take full responsibility. What about you, gentlemen? Are you responsible for your action? Are you going to keep your promise? And are you going to make me proud? You know that every time we start doing something, it is an obligation to finish it, no matter what happens. Oh, now you say, but I am very busy. My assignments are killing me. What should I do? Let me tell you this. If you are not busy, it means you are not growing. Busyness is a part of your work. Why complain about it? Do you want to be the average person? If so, then I don't want to waste your time. If you want to be like the average, the mediocre, then please stop reading this book. Because if you don't take responsibility, then nothing will happen even if you finish the whole book. Trust me on this. Responsibility will bring you success. Responsibility will make you become one of the most influential people in your company. Responsibility will help you all the way to the top. But responsibility doesn't need to beg you to take it. In fact, it is you. who should beg responsibility to stay. Responsibility is not hard to obtain, but it is not easy to maintain either. You have to have a priority. You know you don't want to live with regret and shame for the rest of your life. You know that. And the only way to avoid that kind of life is to take the responsibility. Take it or live shamefully. Take responsibility or regret later on. Just take responsibility and be the best. I believe in you.
السلام عليكم. لا تنسوا الاعجاب بالفيديو والاشتراك في القناة تشجيعا لنا لنستمر بنشر المزيد إن شاء الله.